Hello. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over my... Tessa, you can't eat that. Today I'm going to be going over my... Baby, you can't have it. I'm going to be going over my TBR for the next few months. And I'm going to be using a book bingo to do it. So, let's get into the video. I'm going to go ahead and do my first pick for my bingo board TBR. Oh my god. Okay, a book that matches your vibe. Now, I do have some books that I kept close by that I was hoping I'd be able to slide and sneak into my TBR, but I don't think any of the ones I have close by can fit this prompt. So, a book that matches my vibe. I'm feeling kind of like fall, cozy, a little bit like I want to escape into a different place. So, fantasy leaning for me at the moment. Okay. There is one book that I have nearby that I might be leaning towards a little bit, but it's a little bit too big when it comes to the world building, and it's gonna be A Letter to the Luminous Deep. I don't think I'm gonna be leaning that way. Okay, let's see. So I did say that I'm fantasy leaning, but I feel like a lot of the fantasy books that I have are, very big world building, really out there. Tessa, stop it. So I'm gonna try and pick something that's relaxing, kind of like sorcery and small magics. And if you guys haven't read that book, you should totally check it out. Like, I'm feeling damn near offended. Okay. Like, I want to be cozy, not too sad, definitely brought outside of my mind. You know what? I do have a book that's on my personal TBR that I could slide over into this one. Let me show you. Okay. Saving grace right here, because I kind of didn't want to get up right now again. Kind of lazy. It's going to be The God in the Gumiho. Now, I have read about, I want to say less than 20 pages of this book almost about a year ago, and it was really good. It was just moving a little bit too slow for me at the time. But it does have that kind of world building that's set at first in the mortal realm. But it seems like they're going to be traveling and going to different places. For those of you who don't know about this book, essentially we're following our main character Kim as she is kind of trying to keep a low profile. She used to be known as the infamous Scarlet Fox, and now she's kind of just working as a barista. She's living her best life. She gets to spend her days annoying her least favorite customer. What's really interesting though is that this one character that she seems to find herself constantly annoying is from the realm that she's from, but he's been exiled. He's considered to be one of the fallen. Somewhere along the way in this story, he finds out that if he captures the infamous Scarlet Fox and returns a powerful demon that's wrongfully running among them back to, I believe it's the Heavenly Kingdom, that he can get his status back. And the barista, that I'm sure will come to love, will do anything she can to stop this from happening. Now, from the few pages that I've read, I can tell that this book has such a melodic kind of pace. It feels kind of slow, in the beginning at least, and kind of just consistent from what I can read. If any of you guys have read Daughter of the Moon Goddess, you might recognize a pace kind of like that. Like, it feels very much like a traditional storytelling kind of thing, and it paints such a pretty picture. The visuals I'm getting, beautiful. I'm able to understand what I'm reading. She's finally laying down. But yeah, it's something that's like, it feels like art, essentially. But yeah, I think that's kind of how I'm feeling, like relaxed, but still wanting that fantasy kind of vibe. And we still have a little bit of romance, which I am all here for. I always say, out of most of the books that I read, there's at least a splash of romance, like just enough to carry me through. It's like my coffee, like I just need like a splash of like espresso and I'll be good. I don't know if that's relatable for you, but that's what I be doing. Okay, next. Did nothing, but I hope the noise sounded good. Oh, okay. Kind of vague, but whatever. It's crazy because I'm the one who wrote them, so shooting myself in the foot right now. A book written by a female author, that's the prompt. That's literally my whole bookshelf, basically. I feel like this one is like a bit of a freebie. Like it's literally whatever I want to pick, and I don't know if you caught that, but my eyes are like darting to the pile that I have of like books that I really, really want to read. They're looking kind of good. Okay, let me see if I can be a little bit more creative though. This would be a really good excuse to read The Nightingale. I feel like it gives winter a little bit. I don't know if that's weird. I don't know if that's wrong. And then The Woman kind of gives me like fall or summer vibes, and then The Stolen Life gives me like spring and like summer, because I think it's like the vibe of like this set. I don't know, that's just what it was giving to me when I read the summary, or it could just be the colors of the dust jackets. I don't know what it is, but I could just reach for one of those because I've really been wanting to read her work. I read like a chapter of The Nightingale and I was instantly foaming at the mouth to like get more somehow, and I don't know why I haven't read it. I'm literally in the middle of The Dutch House right now. So good, by the way. So out of my range, but so good. Out of my range because I usually only read like fantasy books of some sort. Okay, I'm leaning towards The Nightingale because I don't want to keep like cheating and just picking a book that's in my go-to pile. And I did get the 10th anniversary edition as a birthday gift from my mother. Thank you, Mom. And this is she. She is so gorgeous. Okay. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, so this book highlights World War II, but specifically women's role in it, and a lot of the parts that we miss when we read the history books, because oftentimes from that period, women were pushed to the side, no matter how big of a hand they played, no matter how much they helped. So I'm really interested in seeing that, especially because I don't know what it is, but I love reading about World War I and World War II, especially when I was younger. So it feels kind of like I'm going back to my roots a little bit in terms of my own personal interest. Just reading about the topics that it discusses and everything that it seems to bring up, I feel like it's gonna make me cry. But yeah. The Nightingale for book 2 on my TBR. I hope I get a good one. Okay. Is it bad that I feel stressed and I know what they say? Like I literally wrote them. It's crazy. Okay. A book with a green cover. None of my books on my sideline TBR fit that. It's okay. I'm supposed to be picking all the other books too. Oh, I have some books over there as well, but it looks like none of the ones that I haven't read yet are green over there. But over here, I do have a few more options. Let's see. I feel like you can make an argument that this is green. It's also blue, like blue-green, aquamarine. This is a maybe, a potential. It seems like it would be on the serious side. I'm getting a lot of historical novels, or like rather novels with historical tones. Let me see. I could read this, The King of Envy. I have read Half a Soul before, and I don't really want to do People We Meet on Vacation because I feel like it gives summer vibes. Any of the classics? No. Mary Shelley. Okay. These look to be the ones I'm leaning towards because Half a Soul is done. The other green ones up there have been read. So I think this is all... Oh, Frankenstein, one of my favorites. Yeah, I think this is my... Let's see, I'm eyeing the books that I have. Ooh, I just spotted one that I've been waiting to read, and it's on my desk because I've been like carrying it around with me in hopes that I'll be able to pop it open. So I am eyeing this one pretty hard, and I'm leaning towards it pretty heavily just because I've heard such amazing things about the book itself, and it's gonna be Jade City. Now I think obviously this counts for a green cover. It's not as green as it could be, but like I feel like this is honestly a stretch. It has something green, but it's not like green. And then this one is like aquamarine. Let me see though. Let's investigate. I'm gonna read this one because it's short and I feel like you'll be able to get the better gist of it if I just read it. For centuries, honorable green bone warriors have used magical jade to enhance their abilities and defend the island of Kuang from foreign invasion. Now the war is over, and a new generation vies for control of the Kekon's bustling capital city. 4 siblings of the powerful Cal family must prepare for battle, and the fragile peace between the clans is about to break. Sheesh. From what I've heard about this book, I think I'll love it just because it is such a massive world, but then also we get like family intrigue, political intrigue. Is family intrigue, is that? I think that works, yeah. Political intrigue, as well as like the magic system that they have. I love a good unique magic system. Although this isn't like a court of blood and bindings where they have a color-based magical system, it still sounds really interesting and somewhat unique. So I think this is going to be the one that I pick, but let me show you guys the ones that I was considering before I had my eye on this one. Put to the side though, because it's a yes. Okay, so I got this book, The Water Outlaws, when I was back in Colorado for school, so it's probably been sitting on my shelf for about a year, maybe 2 years at the most. So we have our main character who has spent basically a majority of her life doing as she's told and keeping her head down. She spends her time training the Emperor's soldiers until a man comes up and upends her life. And when that happens, she finds herself on the run. And she ends up bumping into a group of bandits. And it's kind of a journey to see her values change as she fights with this band of, it seems like a group of women, and kind of fight to rewrite the wrongs that history has kind of laid out for them in terms of how their empire kind of works. Tessa's back up, but she's fine. She's looking at the window, living her best life. Okay. So although it sounds really good too, I think if I don't read it within the next few months, I'm definitely going to put it on another potential TBR because I do love the idea of it. And it looks like I got to nothing. I did not read any of it. It's literally just a placeholder for chapter 1. That's really cool. Okay. Oh. Okay. I see you. A book with a non-human protagonist. I don't know if I have any physical books like that here. I think I'd have them mostly on Kindle Unlimited, but I can look and see. I might have to pick again though. Let's see. Non-human protagonist. Definitely gonna be in my fantasy section. This is looking like a no. Except maybe the Wren and the Holly library. I guess that's a potential. Okay, wow. That was honestly easier than I thought it would be. It looks like the Wren and the Holly library features a non-human protagonist. Whether that be they start off that way or they transform, I'm not sure. But it looks like it fits the prompt, which is perfect. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I was taking the prompt a little bit too literally. I seriously could have picked like Lady Macbeth, Ava Reed's novel, like anything with any magical kind of human like a witch, but this works too. I don't know what kind of non-human they are, but Google said it, so maybe it's right. 1 second. Oh wow, I forgot I got the book that has like the art and stuff and looks really cool. Okay, but let me go ahead and tell you what it's about. Okay, so our main character is a thief, and in their society, a treaty was born between humans and monsters, and our main character is a human. She makes the mistake of breaking into this library, and while she's there, she ends up being caught by a monster who is in need of her services. Eventually, she ends up being locked in a bargain with said monster, the Wren in the Holly library. I'm pretty sure this whole time I thought it said holy. I have no idea why. But yeah, I'm intrigued. I got this a while ago as well. A lot of these books have been collecting dust, unfortunately, but I'm gonna read them. Next up, let's see. I keep getting scared that I'm gonna like tear one in half. I'm trying to be super careful for some reason. That is so funny. a book with a character who is a thief. Now, sheesh, let me see. A particular book came to mind when reading the prompt. I don't see it up here, and I don't see a ton of other books I have that are thief leaning, but the one that I have in mind when I read the prompt, that one could fit spectacularly well. It's gonna be either 5 Broken Blades or The Lies of Locke Lamora, and I'm leaning towards The Lies of Locke Lamora just because I've started both of the stories. It seems like The Lies of Locke Lamora is a little bit of a more stimulating read for me personally, but then again, with what I have selected out, I might need something a little bit lighter. Ooh, that's so tricky. Ooh. Okay. Let me think. I don't know. I feel like future me would be so grateful to have a book that's not as heavy, considering the lineup that I've chosen. But then again, like, I want to read The Lies of Locke Lamora. Let me go get them. Let me show you them. 1 second. So this is The Lies of Locke Lamora. This is a reprint for the new paperback. The original cover, I think, matches the book a lot better. Just a little side note, personal opinion, whatever. This is literally following a main character who is a thief. This one follows 5 different characters. I believe we have 5 different POVs, and one of the characters is a thief, or a few of them, where they all end up becoming thieves. I'm like literally, I'm only on page 18. Not even that far. But I don't know, because I'm like trying to consider like what current me wants, and then I'm also considering what future me wants, and like part of me right now in the present is thinking like, who knows what I'll want then, but I know myself, like I'm like thinking that will be a lot, because I have like the Nightingale, Jade City, which it looks pretty thick, and then the God and the Gumiho, hopefully that's how you say it, but my heart is telling me The Lies of Locke Lamora. Oh, I have no idea. I think I'm gonna do this one because like, yes, I do know myself, but there's no way to be certain that that lineup will knock me out. I think it will, but there's no way to be certain, so I'm gonna go with The Lies of Locke Lamora. And for those of you who don't know, this book follows a thief, of course, who became orphaned at a young age, and the person who takes him in ends up trying to train him in a trade that he's already well established in, and it's obviously gonna be stealing. And we kind of get to read his story in the beginning, and the way that it's written is so stimulating and fulfilling to me, just because of the vocabulary, the canter, is that cantor, like canter, like the pace of the book, but like, I don't know, hopefully that makes sense. And then also just the way that he thinks. Like, it's so interesting. If you've watched the anime Classroom of the Elite, you'll feel a similar vibe, but kind of just written more maturely, because obviously Classroom of the Elite takes place in like a high school, I think, a college at the most, but this is like the real deal, if that makes sense. It feels more serious, it feels more realistic, it feels real. We watch him get taken in, thrown away again. We watch as he kind of builds himself up and almost tears other people down, in the sense that he is a thief. He is taking things from other people. He's obviously not the greenest of the green flags, but I'm not that far, and I love it already. I would say it feels like a good mix between Pirates of the Caribbean and Six of Crows so far, amongst other things. It's such a good mix so far. So this is going to be my prompt for main character that's a thief. Let's see our prompt. Imagine I get a bingo on my first go around. Like, would y'all think I cheated? Okay, let's see. Let's see. Oh, okay. A book with a one-word title. I already know what I want to pick. I literally, though, what threw me off is that this morning I was like watching YouTube shorts, right? I was scrolling on my phone and I was thinking like, that book would be so good to read right now. I'm not telling you what it is yet. And I was like, I want to read it. And then literally a second later, a YouTube short pops up and it's like this girl saying that the book was really slow. But then like other people in the comments, of course, have different opinions. They're like, oh, it's slow, but it's still good. So I'm like, So let me show you the other options I'm thinking of along with said book. I'm thinking I might commit. There are a few books I could pick, like Lore. I tried to read that a while ago and it wasn't my favorite. But I think I'm gonna go with the book I was thinking about. Babel. Now, I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea considering my lineup, but it feels like something I have to do. I got this book as a gift as well, and I want to read it so bad. It has dark academia, magic, like all of the things that I would love, and it has such crazy good fall vibes to me. Oh, I'm so excited about it, and yes, I could keep looking for another book that I could read and potentially like, but I feel like I could potentially love this and ignore the top. My bunny used to eat like all of my books, so if you see any like that, it's like my bunny ate my book basically, because she went in, like you can see, I don't know if it'll focus, like right there, and then she did like the front. So our main character, Robin Swift, is an orphan, and he was taken in by a mysterious professor who raised him in London. He learned a multitude of languages while being there. We have Latin, ancient Greek, Chinese, all in preparation for the day he would enroll in Oxford's prestigious Royal Institute of Translation, also known as Babel. The tower and its students are the world's center for translation and, more importantly, magic. Silverworking, the art of manifesting meaning lost in translation using enchanted silver bars, has made the British unparalleled in power, as the arcane craft serves the Empire's quest for colonization. For Robin, Oxford is a utopia dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge, but knowledge obeys power, and as a Chinese boy raised in Britain, he realizes serving Babel means betraying his motherland. As his studies progress, Robin finds himself caught between Babel and the shadowy Hermes Society, an organization dedicated to stopping imperial expansion. When Britain pursues an unjust war with China over silver and opium, Robin must decide. Can powerful institutions be changed from within, or does revolution always require violence? I just thought I'd read the full summary, just because I think it would kind of carry more weight than me summarizing it, especially with the hard-hitting lines that our author, R.F. Kuang, added in. But yeah, that's going to be my 6th pick. Okay, let me show you guys the lineup. Should be able to hear me okay. If not, I apologize in advance. Ooh, oh, it's so heavy. Ooh. We are looking at Babel by R.F. Kuang, The Lies of Lamora by Scott Lynch, The Wren in the Holly Library by K.A. Linde, Jade City by Fonda, God in the Gumiho by Sophie Kim, The Nightingale by Kristin. I'm so excited. Okay, for those of you who want to follow along as we continue with the series of tackling my TBR, don't forget to subscribe down below and hit that like button. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye! Babel? I think I have anything? Baby, no! I don't think I have anything that's like it. You are so talkative right now. You can't have the microphone. You can't have the microphone. You want to do rock, paper? Ow, Tessa, stop it. Rock, paper, scissors. I win. You don't even have thumbs. Baby, stop trying to eat everything. I feel like Kristin? I'm so bad at pronouncing names. Everything else I'm okay. I'm Gucci, but Kristin? I don't know. I feel so bad. Okay. Tessa, not the books, baby. Not the books. No. Tessa! Does anybody else have this problem when they use some kind of anything? When they use anything fuzzy? Does their dog want to jump it like a squirrel? Tessa, you can't have it. She's excited. I promise. No, baby. No.